The tears, the tension, and the mystery man, the Indian Wells moment that shattered the internet. Welcome back to Court Vision Media, your all-access pass to the most electrifying, pulse-pounding, and unforgettable stories in tennis. Have you ever seen a moment so raw, so unscripted, that an entire stadium falls into stunned silence? A moment where the thunder of rallies fades away and the barrier between superstar athlete and vulnerable human simply disappears? That is exactly what unfolded at the BNP Paribas Open in California, a moment already cemented in tennis lore, not only for what happened during the match, but for what came after Alexandra Eala exited in the fourth round. Within hours, social media exploded, gossip engines went into overdrive, and a 20-year-old from Quezon City became the most talked-about person on earth for nearly 2 days. And believe it or not, the tennis was only the beginning. The desert conditions had been merciless all week, baking the courts and turning every exchange into a battle of endurance. Inside the Indian Wells Tennis Garden, often dubbed the Fifth Grand Slam, the stands were overflowing with fans captivated by a fearless Filipina making history. Eala became the first player from the Philippines to compete in the tournament's main draw, and she didn't just participate, she stormed into the round of 16. Across the Philippine archipelago, millions stayed awake through the night, waving flags and celebrating every point as if it were a national holiday. To understand the magnitude of that run, you have to know her journey. Eala isn't just an athlete, she represents possibility. Born May 23, 2005, she was recognized early as a rare talent. At only 12, she earned a scholarship to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy after winning Les Petits as one of the most prestigious junior tournaments in the world. By 13, she had moved to Spain alone, trading childhood normalcy for grueling professional training. Sacrifice like that forges more than skill, it builds unbreakable resolve. Her rise was rapid. Junior titles stacked up, culminating in a historic 2022 U.S. Open girls singles victory, the first for a Filipino. Then came the pro breakthrough, the 2025 Miami Open, where a wildcard ranked outside the top 100 stunned the tennis world by defeating champions like Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and world number 2 Iga Swiatek en route to the semifinals. Overnight, she transformed from promising prospect to global sensation. By 2026, expectations were sky-high, and she delivered. A statement win over Jasmine Paolini in Dubai and a career-high ranking inside the top 30 made her the highest-ranked Filipino in WTA history. Indian Wells was her grand arrival as a seeded contender. Her campaign began with a gritty 3-set victory over Diana Yastremska, showcasing resilience and composure. Then came a dramatic twist. In round 3, 4th seed Coco Gauff retired with an arm injury while trailing, sending Eala into the 4th round and fueling speculation of an even deeper run. Standing in her way next was Linda Noskova, a powerhouse known for her blistering serve and relentless aggression. The match was brutally one-sided. In just 55 minutes, Noskova dismantled Eala's challenge with suffocating precision. Afterwards, Eala offered no excuses, simply admitting that nothing clicked, the kind of honesty that reveals both disappointment and maturity. Then came the moment that eclipsed the match itself. As the final point ended, cameras caught Eala at the baseline, tears already flowing. Not dramatic sobbing, but quiet, unstoppable emotion. The stadium responded instantly with a thunderous standing ovation, not for victory, but for courage. Fans rose to assure her she had nothing to be ashamed of. Within minutes, the clips were everywhere: TikTok, X, Instagram, YouTube. She trended worldwide. Sports psychologists weighed in, explaining why millions connected so deeply: authenticity. In an era of polished personas, viewers saw pure human vulnerability. But the internet wanted more. Amateur detectives began analyzing every frame, especially the moment near the tunnel when her expression shifted from heartbreak to warmth. Who had she seen? Who made her smile? Speculation ran wild, from secret romance to family presence, amplified by her famously private personal life. Instead of hiding, Eala quietly posted cheerful photos from the Santa Monica Pier, laughing and enjoying life before heading to Miami. No statement needed. The message was clear: she felt the pain, processed it, and moved forward. Now attention shifts to the Miami Open, the tournament that launched her stardom. She returns as a seeded top 30 player with massive expectations. Tournament director James Blake has already indicated she will play on the main stadium court, citing her enormous global appeal and passionate fan base. Her rise shows no sign of slowing. Wins over elite opponents across 2025 and 2026 prove she's not a flash in the pan but a legitimate contender. Beyond Miami looms the clay season and Roland Garros, where patience and endurance will test her evolving game. But what endures most from Indian Wells is not defeat, it's the image of those tears and that radiant smile afterward. They symbolize the emotional price of greatness. For fans worldwide, they were not weakness, they were proof of how deeply she cares. And now, a new chapter begins. As she steps onto the court in Miami, the cameras will follow, the crowds will roar, and the expectations will be immense. Somewhere amid that noise, Alexandra Eala will bounce the ball, look across the net, and remind everyone why the tennis world fell in love with her. Now it's your turn, Court Vision Media family. What do you think happens in Miami? Can Eala repeat or surpass last year's historic run? Who poses the biggest threat in her path? And what do you believe happened in those mysterious moments after the Noskova match? Drop your boldest predictions and wildest theories in the comments. We read them all and love hearing from this passionate community. If this story moved you even a little, do us a favor. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss the next huge tennis moment. Because with Alexandra Eala in 2026, the next unforgettable scene is always just around the corner.